Welcome to this week's Perspective. Glad to be back with you. 4th of July week. Hopefully everybody had a great time with family, friends, fireworks, fishing. I was just seeing if I could say more F words.
There you go.
Boating. I wanted to say boating. It just wasn't.
How do you not say freedom?
Freedom.
There we go.
Yes. Hopefully it was good for everybody. There's some major heat waves happening across our country right now. For this little town of Logan, Utah, we're much warmer than normal.
Melting.
We are melting in our office, and it's kind of happening all across the country.
It really is. This time of year, for whatever reason, sales is such a mental game. I mean, really, when you think about sales, it's 90% mental and then maybe 10% physical. That mental game always gets challenged this time of year. And it has to do with a lot of things. It is hot when we're working. You're dealing with some customer cancellations, different things, right? And I see guys kind of hit this point where they start feeding themselves some negativity. And at the very core of that negativity, the best logic your brain can possibly find to help back up your negative beliefs, it'll start to try and find. And something that I see over and over again, year after year, is guys at this time of year will start to lose some belief in the product that they're selling. And I've seen it across multiple products. It really isn't the product. It's just like the mental battle that you're facing at this point in the year.
It's kind of your soft landing you're creating, right? Like,
for sure.
I'm frustrated. I'm going to be frustrated with the product.
Yeah. So, because if I cannot believe in what I'm selling, then it makes everything else easier on me to not give my best effort or to quit or whatever else is going through your head.
Yeah.
And I look at this, and now we are, in my opinion, selling the greatest product that could ever be sold, especially door to door. To me, the measure of greatness of a product to sell has absolutely everything to do with how big of a problem are you solving. And solar solves such a massive problem that, to me, it is a great product to sell. So this time of year, I think the most significant thing you can do for yourself is to intentionally feed yourself positive information about the product that you're selling, to get some real strong belief in what you're doing. And gosh, I feel like it's so easy with this product. Like, just open your eyes, start reading the material, start looking at what's going on in our country right now. As I was preparing for our leadership call this morning, I get this business news article that comes into my inbox every day. And the number one topic to talk about across all America in this business article today was the heat waves and the impact that it's having on our grid. It specifically was targeting Texas. Texas has had higher temperatures this summer than, like, record-breaking temperatures. Like, the last time they had temperatures like this, I think it was like 1950. I mean, that's a long time ago.
A long time ago.
Right?
I could have sworn it was the summers I knocked in Texas.
Yeah, seriously. It's like whatever summer I was there, that was it.
That was the hottest.
Yeah. So they're having this surge of heat waves that's happening all across the country, like you mentioned. The max capacity of the grid in Texas was 80 megawatts yesterday. Their peak that's what they could handle. That's what they could generate. 80 megawatts of power. They reached 79,500. They were literally a half a megawatt away from breaking the grid. They came out yesterday and said that their strategy right now is to bend, not break. They're using like an NFL tactic. Like, look, let him get to the 5-yard line, but don't let him get into the end zone. Because if that happens, we're going to have like mass blackouts. We're going to have shutdowns all over the state.
It's wild.
And you go look at Arizona, California, these states aren't in a better situation. So it's just crazy to think like the solution is right there, and we are selling the product that helps to solve this massive problem. Like renewable energy right there on the roof, putting equity on the roof, allowing the customer to own their own power supply, allowing that product to help create power. The article goes on, it's like, it's not just that it's so hot, there's no wind. So typically they're generating power through wind energy in Texas, right? But there's no wind. It's just so hot. And so now what do they have? Well, they have their traditional ways of getting power. And they have solar.
Well, and energy consumption's up over the last couple of years. You had more people
sure.
staying home, so you had more people buying laptops and hot tubs and all sort, adding pools or whatever it was,
Yeah.
increasing their power. That value creation for a consumer couldn't be any greater with solar. And I love that. Like, just believe in what you're selling, believe in the product. That belief is what will take you to the next step, the next door, the next sale, the next day.
It seems so simple, but as an organization, we literally thrive or die on this concept that we're talking about right now, right? Like, because when belief is strong, that transfer of energy happens to the customer. That's all sales is. It's a transfer of energy from one person to the next. So when that belief is high in what we're doing and what we're selling, more sales happen, more excitement, and then the one sale builds momentum for the next one, right? And so that belief is so core to what we do and who we are. And I just can't stress the importance of this product that we're selling and the time and day that we're selling at and the absolute need for customers to have renewable energy through solar on their homes.
Yeah. Yeah, love that. Transitioning into the NSL, we have a lot going on. We just finished out the 4th of July donations with the Maloof donations. We were able to raise right around $30,000 with the match, which is so awesome.
Yeah.
Heading towards that goal that we have of $100,000 this year. We have the Q4 donation that'll happen later this year, and that will kind of cap off our season of donations. But I don't know. We could spend forever on this topic. We
I love
probably
it.
don't have the time, but
It's so cool. We're gonna go blast through that 100K mark this year.
Yeah,
And
I love that.
when we set that goal, we're like, there's no way we go hit 100K. I'm so excited to see what kind of sting operations we can fund. Was watching a sting operation that OUR just did. They literally worked with an actress because they basically say, like, Tim Ballard talks about it, and he's like, the very first day he went in and they were training him to go do this kind of stuff, they're like, we're not here to train you. We're here to find out whether or not you're an operator or not. Like, because you either are or you aren't. Like, we're not going to go put you in this situation, but you have to be able to go act. Essentially, you got to go become the monster.
Yeah.
That's perpetrating and doing those kind of things. And so it's this girl that they hired as an actress that went down and they got 40 arrests, and all 40 of them they put behind bars. And it's just so cool. Like, man, we're making a difference in this fight. And this last raise was huge. 90-ish grand right now. We're so close to that 100 grand mark. And it's all thanks to you.
Yeah, it'd be fun to go blow through that. Grateful for everybody. The donations did open back up. There were people that were requesting that. So whether it's $10 or $1,000, go in and donate, participate in that principle of giving back. Cracker Jack incentive. We did this last year. You and I had the opportunity to go watch the Giants and the Dodgers play
Such a sweet
in San Francisco last year with the team that won the Cracker Jack. So it's a cool incentive.
Yeah, we changed it up a little bit this year. It's regionalized, so you can go hit it as a region. So if the Rooted region hits it, we'll fly down there to Arizona. We'll go to a Diamondbacks game with everybody from Rooted. And that's exciting to me that it's regionalized so that it can be a unity building activity. I always look at these baseball game incentives as such a great opportunity to build culture with your team and region. And we've got that out this week. The numbers are live for your region, so make sure you go check those out. We put them in a place where they're very normal numbers that have been hit over the course of the summer. It should be something that every region should be able to go hit and earn this week, and we look forward to flying out and paying out on that incentive. It's always an enjoyable experience for us. The Bay was beautiful. It was like such a cool game to be at, and I look forward to hopefully everybody hitting it this week as we have that Cracker Jack incentive. We also have the playoffs. They have started. We are in the regular season. Playoffs is how we crown our top team in our company every year. This is how we recognize the top office at RDX Power. And this year, that battle has been intense. You know, you got the early apex predator that just dominated everybody all year. And then you've had offices like Tribus come into effect and Arbor and these guys that have just done really well. But when you go look at how the playoffs actually work, it's really anyone's game because of the way that PRA works. That per rep average functionality in the playoffs makes all the difference in the world. Guys get a little bit frustrated with it, so I'm just going to hit it head on. We go lock in a number of reps on your team, right? So let's say for a second that we lock that number in at 15 guys, 20 guys, whatever that number is, and someone goes home August 1. You're now negatively affected by that guy going home early, right? But the alternate's also true. You go recruit, you're locked in at 15, and you go recruit 5 more guys. You have 5 more guys bumping your PRA that aren't in your number that are going to go help you dominate all of the other teams during the playoffs. Why? Because this incentive is about finishing. It's about having character, right? It's about going and proving that you're the team that's going to go dig really deep and be the team that's the top office in the company.
So you got seeding all the way through July. Then the regular matchups and rounds happen in August. There's 3 matchups a week during seeding, and then we head into those. I know for me, holding guys accountable to stick it out through their end date and not leave a little bit early, and sometimes even extend that in order to stay out was always a battle. I often would use my leadership. I remember in years past calling you and helping me to get people to stick around, and then recruiting, like you said, bringing more bodies in. It's a great opportunity to go add extra bodies to that. So I'm excited for that. We just locked in the houseboats yesterday.
Houseboats?
Boats for the trip. So excited in September. So you will win this incentive, and a couple weeks later, you will head to Lake Powell to go participate in the incentive. So quick delivery on that one, and it'll be fun. Just go put in the time, effort, and energy to be able to go participate in that.
Fast pay makes fast friends. I've heard a rumor that there's hot tubs on both houseboats.
Yes.
So that's going to be such a cool trip, and we're on top of it this year. We're locked and loaded. We just need to go see who really wants it.
Yeah, love that. Reminder for the trip, Cancun, Q3. If you're a summer rep, you have your summer numbers to go hit. Q3 incentive, that will be November 1st through the 6th. So that'll end, and then a month later, you'll head on that trip as well. So lots happening there. Going and jumping into the numbers, kind of coming off a bounce back week with 4th of July and people taking time to spend time with family. Our top lead reps last week, we had a handful of them with 3: Tate Moser, Jared Gibson, Connor Wills, Dylan Manzanares, Cade Black, Curtis Jeffrey, James Hanna, all finishing the week last week with 3.
It's awesome. James, nice work. That's a big week. And also self-gen some accounts. Had a phenomenal week. So wanted to give James a shout out. Nice work, brother. On our closer side of it, Jacob Shreve with 6, Tyler Bean with 4, KB with 4, Solar Greg Osborne with 3, Paulo with 3, Payson with 3, Dalton with 3, Edwin with 3, Connor with 3, Jacob with 3, Parker with 3, Jordan with 3. It's like the list keeps going. A lot of guys in that kind of 3 range. We need to get back up to where we have guys doing 10 in a week because we know they're capable of it.
I want to point out that Jake Shreve shows up on the lead list because 3 of his accounts were self-gen.
Yeah, 3 out of 6. Pretty normal for him, really.
Yeah, which is what I love about him. He goes out, gets the leads, but also out self-genning every week too.
It's amazing. Top offices for last week in the number 1 spot, drum roll. Man, these guys have been consistent up there. Arbor, 21 deals closed. In the number 2 spot, clipping at their heels, Tribus with 17. Apex with 11, Alpha with 10, Absolute with 9, Exclusive with 7, Redemption with 6, Victorious with 5, and so on. So those are our top teams for last week. Once again, kind of a slower week with the 4th of July. Monday, it already picked back up. We closed 25-plus deals yesterday, so back pacing for that 150 week that we've been really comfortable with really for the last few months. And look for this week to be a really strong week from RDX Power. I'd be surprised if we weren't 160, 170 in total this week, and to see a lot of these teams back up in the 20 and 30 range that we're used to with these groups. We went and celebrated our freedom. Now it's back to work to saving the planet.
Yeah, love that. Guys, have a fantastic week. It's your opportunity. Go believe in what you're doing. You got the greatest product on the planet. Good luck.
Thank you, guys.